All right, everybody, welcome to match day 24. Let's have a look and see what's going on today. All right. Question 1 is, identify either the medieval Latin poem being sung in this excerpt or the cantata first staged in 1937 in which it famously appears. I am not immediately sure what's going on. Let's listen. Make room for a piece of lovely cake. All right. That's O Fortuna from Carmina Burana. And I'm hopeful, strongly hopeful that, yeah, so the cantata is Carmina Burana. O Fortuna is the movement. So Carmina Burana is not the answer being asked for here. So that is what that would be. Yeah, there's a great misheard lyrics video of that. It makes me laugh every time. This octopus, let's give him boots, send him to North Korea. Anyway, question 2. A symbolic victory for Bolshevik revolutionaries occurred on November 7th, 1917, with the storming of a building that sits between its namesake square and St. Petersburg's Neva River. Now part of a larger museum complex with a different name, this famous building itself is and was at the time known as what? All right. So the famous museum complex in St. Petersburg is the Hermitage. I can name, I think, one other building in St. Petersburg. I bet there's a St. Peter's Church there too, but that's not. I'm not aware of it specifically. But the good news is that there's, I believe that the Winter Palace is part of the Hermitage, and is a famous building in St. Petersburg. I know that. This might not be right. I don't remember specifically knowing about the Bolsheviks storming the Winter Palace, but now that I say that out loud, it does sound familiar. So that's what we're going to go with pretty happily. I'm glad I know the name of another building in St. Petersburg. Anyway, question 3. Though it appears in dictionaries from the mid-1800s, infamously ill-spoken U.S. Senator Warren G. Harding was criticized in May 1920 for giving a stump speech that notoriously included what word? The word was believed to be both a malapropism and a neologism, although it is arguably neither. All right. If anybody can name anything about Warren G. Harding's campaign for presidency, it is that he promised, after World War I, a return to normalcy, which is a weird word. I believe it's the right word. I believe it is a technically correct word in this case. And I believe that's it. It might not even be technically correct. I'm not sure. I guess that's arguable. It says so in the question. So that word certainly fits. All right. 4. Dr. Pangloss, a professor of metaphysio-theologo-cosmology, sorry, and self-described optimist, is a secondary but important character in what famous and influential and controversial 1759 novella, which itself is ironically subtitled Or Optimism. All right, this is definitely Candide. Candide's sort of professor slash, I don't know if he's his mentor or not. I haven't read Candide exactly. I think that's sort of true. He gives a lot of advice, I believe, is Pangloss. So that's definitely right. By Voltaire. Yeah. Question 5. Phil, Stu, and Alan travel to Las Vegas to attend a bachelor party celebrating the upcoming marriage of their friend Doug. This is the premise of what commercially and critically successful comedy film. That's The Hangover. I don't have much else to say. That's The Hangover. I've seen The Hangover. I don't see a lot of movies. I assume most people have seen it, or are certainly aware that it is a movie about a bachelor party gone wrong, or the aftermath. Okay. And question 6. Abaco, Eleuthera, Bimini, Andros. Okay, my cat is here and she is destroying things. So, She's being very possessive this morning, which is weird. Normally, I don't have her up here in the morning. Anyway, Bimini, Andros, Great Exuma, and New Providence are among the islands of form what country? Okay, the only one I'm sure about, like I've definitely heard of Bimini before, but I wouldn't necessarily always be able to place it right. I probably will now. That'll be good confirmation for me. Anyway, my parents went to the Bahamas, which is the right answer. I should not miss questions about the Bahamas because everyone thinks that's my last name the first time they read it. That or Banana Man. So, but anyway, my parents went to the Bahamas. I remember they brought back their photo album or their, something from the hotel they were at, which was on New Providence. And I remember when I was 6 or so looking through it and going and being like amazed that that island was called New Providence and my elementary school is called Old Providence. So that is certainly the Bahamas. I believe New Providence is the island that Nassau's on. I am sure that now I've said that it is false. But I think that's right. Okay. I don't know what's hard here. I think people are insanely likely to get Candide right in an A rundle. I think the Hangover is even easier than that, though. That gets a 0. My inclination is to put the 3 on Winter Palace. We got like 2 histories today. I guess he's going to call normalcy a language question. It's interesting, though. I mean, certainly it could go in a words category on a game show or something, but still, I would say that's something you learn in history class, right? Anyway, I think most people know the O Fortuna, don't they? But I think the way to defend is this way. Well, yeah, normalcy gets the 1. O Fortuna gets the 2. It's possible that people only know that it's the Carmina Burana. I think like this is a pretty easy day for most A-rundlers. I'll put the 2 on Bahamas. Nothing here is particularly tricky at all. And as long as you know that movement or piece is called O Fortuna, which I think most people know the O Fortuna, don't they? Like everybody's heard it. We should be good. Let's have a look. O Fortuna. Oh, he's taking Carmina Burana. Oh, okay. It's name either the poem or the cantata. My bad. I messed up that wording. But the good news is it was an either or, so that was even easier. Maybe I should have. I don't know. It's fine. Winter Palace, Normalcy, Candide, The Hangover, and Bahamas. Good. I'm glad we got Winter Palace. That should be worth a decent clip of points. Everything else here, yeah, not too difficult. I suppose that a lot of people don't know the names of Bahamas. It'll be interesting to see. I have not really an idea how well or poorly that's going to go, especially because it doesn't say Caribbean country, things like that, and there's nothing to really specifically indicate that, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Anyway, thanks to everybody for watching these and giving me such encouraging remarks. I know there's a lot of things that are not perfect about these, like yesterday my sign off was really lame, things like that, but it is really, really encouraging that people have an interest in this the way that I vaguely suspected some might. I would watch videos like this, so makes me happy that y'all are too. Anyway, see you tomorrow for the last day of the season. I think, yeah, I will be playing some 1-days and stuff like that when they come back, but we do have a long break. I won't be releasing probably many videos during that time, but maybe I'll find an alpaca farm quiz to play or something else fun to do. We'll see. I really enjoy recording some trivia every day, so we'll see what we can do. All right. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.